Okay.
Without further ado, welcome back to another episode of the Coffee Break Podcast. I am your host, Slim. This is my brother,
Jama.
And today, without further ado, it's been a long time. It's been a long wait, guys. We have the Cousins Connection podcast on today with us. Welcome, Sada and Amir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
for having us.
Thank you so much for blessing us with your time. I know these things kind of, with what our schedules are, and
Yeah.
it's a new week. We're happy we're here. Thank you guys for
Exactly.
blessing us with your time.
Of course.
And we just want to just dive right into it. I was
Okay.
telling you before we started shooting how much of an inspiration you guys have been to us. You guys are like, as I said, the podcast OGs to us. So
oh my God.
100%.
with the steps that you guys take, it really gives us a perspective of what's out there and what's
Thank
tangible for us to do. So thank you for that. Thank you for paving
Oh my
the way.
goodness.
Hey,
And just to get into a little bit about yourselves, can you guys just explain to our audience kind of the birth of the Cousins Connections podcast? What kind of where did this start? We know you guys are cousins, right?
I feel like they gave us like way too much credit.
No.
Listen, you guys gotta have people to look up to when you're in a space like this. So like,
Yeah.
you guys being with us right now, it's only right for us to tell you how much of an inspiration you guys are.
Thank you. That's
100%.
very, very
I don't know,
kind
short
of
story before you answer. I want to give you the floor to talk about what you want to talk about.
Okay.
But I don't know if you guys remember. We started maybe around the end of 2022.
We did.
And then the first thing I did was we created our social media pages, right? And then we followed the podcasts that we watch on a regular basis. You guys were included, okay?
Hey.
And then I remember around that time, and I remember, I don't know if you guys even know, I sent you guys a DM on the Coffee Break podcast. I was like, hey guys, I love your editing style. I look up to you in terms of what you do. Could you give me tips and tricks on what you do? And then I remember, I think it was you who responded back. Shadow was like, well, Amir does all the editing. This is what he uses. This is the program he does. If you have any questions at all, let me know. And not only that, we had 0 followers, and I think you guys are one of the first followers we ever had.
Real talk.
Mashallah. We had nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It was the start. It was the start of something.
Yeah. So I wanna say thank you for being supportive in a space that
I
we
remember that too.
Yeah.
Because I messaged him. I'm like, hey, there's this like up and coming podcast, and they were asking us for like, well, I'm like, what do you use to edit? I don't even
We had no clue. You know what I mean?
Me too.
We didn't know nothing, and then it was very nice to know that there was people in the space that at the time we had no clue that kind of were established, that were very welcoming.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you. And I appreciate you both.
Oh, come on.
Mashallah.
Wow.
Okay, guys.
We're gonna get
I just want to say, because right now
When did we start though?
2021.
Okay, no, I'm really bad with like time.
fair enough. I watch. I know.
You know.
The funny. I know. Amir's the one with the pop knowledge he knows, but Ashara's the one who finishes his sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You remember the names and the dates of things.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So back to you to just answer the question. Tell us about the creation of your podcast. What made you guys start, and what keeps you guys still going?
Okay, I'll start on how we got our start. So I've talked about this on our podcast before, but basically right before the pandemic, I was going through like a traumatic breakup.
Okay.
And so I went through a bunch of different like self-help podcasts and like just listening to things where I'm like, this is helping me get by. But it's not like I want someone who looks like me that I can actually relate to, not just from like one standpoint, but like through faith and through like, just the things that I'm interested in. And so I was like, I could totally do a better job than this, but I didn't want to do it on my own. And so I believe it was like the end of 2019 or maybe beginning of 2020. I messaged Amir because, for anyone that doesn't know, his sister is also an influencer, mashallah, doing great things. And she's always encouraged us to kind of like break into that space.
Yeah.
But
Just for the record, I kind of started before her.
okay, bro.
Okay. But I was bullied out of it. I'm not going to get into
We
it.
never bullied you.
What do you mean? Did you have your own podcast?
Okay, no. Okay. Okay, this is kind of a side tangent.
Okay, side story. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
But essentially, so I was always into YouTube from the earliest, literally from like 2005 when it was first created.
Wow.
Like I was like there,
Yeah.
day one, basically,
Okay,
watching everybody was coming
Me too,
out,
yeah.
everything was coming out. And then I was like, I can do this, right?
Yeah.
So I just got like, I don't know if it was like a webcam or what camera I was using at the time, but I filmed the video. It was like one of those like almost essay type videos where you're talking to the camera about some topic. I don't know what the topic was. I wish I knew. I knew. It was so traumatic, I completely forgot.
His voice was still high pitched. Yeah. That's how long ago this was.
Wow.
So I filmed the video. I edited it on like iMovie. I think it was like at the time. Okay. And I put it up on YouTube. And then like, I think I left my computer open that day.
Yeah.
It was a day after or so. And I like hear my voice playing in the background, right? And it was in the computer room where I leave my computer. And I walk slowly. I start hearing some voices, some other voices other than mine. Yeah. And I open the door and it's like, you know, like that feeling when just everything drops. Like you just feel it in your, you know, where.
Me twice.
Yeah. I see them both watching my video on YouTube. And I don't know what it was. I think because they were laughing. I feel like they were laughing.
Harsh critics, eh?
Yeah. It was so embarrassing at that moment. I immediately like pushed them out of the room. I took the video, deleted it off the internet.
So dramatic.
I like closed my channel. I like freaked out. I don't know why I freaked out to this point. I honestly, I should have just like kept going with it. But that like traumatized me. I just did not make a video for the longest time after that.
Fair.
Little did I know, like a year later, my sister would start a channel in her bedroom.
How the world works,
doing the same thing. Yeah.
So you were first.
Yeah. Okay.
He started the wave.
Side tangent.
We all know who started the wave. Okay?
Oh, God.
We know now.
Just had to say it. But
He remembers that day.
yeah.
Of all the days, that's the day you remember.
He holds it against us to this day, which is crazy. Like, let it go. Okay.
This is a new podcast, you know. I just had to make sure it's clear.
Fair enough, you know, you have to say it.
But yeah, so then end of 2019, I was like, Amir, we should totally do a podcast together. And he was like, no, absolutely not. I don't want to be on camera. No. And so he kind of just shut me down and I was like, all right, I guess there goes my dream of being on a podcast. It is what it is.
Wow, 2019 is early too. This is like before like this the wave of podcasts.
Yeah. And so then COVID hit. The year goes by. It's now the very end of the year in December. We were having like a cousin sleepover at his house because his sister was visiting. Yeah. And so he goes, Sarah, let's start a podcast. I'm like,
out of the blue.
What do you mean? I let that dream go. And he's like, no, let's just do it. We could do it. You want to do one, right? So let's do it. And I was like, you know what? Fine.
I'm cutting in here again. Yeah. Because like, a little bit behind why I kind of agreed to do it is because I was also going through like my own mental health journey at the time. I was reading a lot of books. I was like learning a lot. And I was like, you know.
You feel like you had something to share?
I feel like I had something to say, you know?
Yeah. Fair.
So when I remember that she had the same idea, I was like, yo. Let's make a connection.
Nice.
That's not even how the name started. Crazy. But yeah, so then a couple months into 2021, we had purchased like 2 random microphones from Amazon. Wow. I think we had a mixer then.
Yeah, we bought a mixer. Yeah.
One mixer, and then that was it. And so we decided we were just going to hit record and see what happens.
Purely audio at this point.
Yeah, just audio, no camera. Okay. And so we recorded our first episode in his parents' living room. And that episode never saw the light of day because it got deleted. So
how did it get out of curiosity? Okay, fair enough.
And so he was like, listen, the episode got deleted. And I was like, man, like it was so good. We had such a great dynamic, but like, you know what? It is what it is. It wasn't meant to be. So we tried again. We recorded this time at my parents' house. And so we recorded our first episode. I honestly have not listened to it. I think since we've ever posted it.
I don't think I ever will.
I feel you guys. Trust me. Our older work.
I can't. Yeah.
It's so cringe, right? Like
I'll let the fans deal with that. The audience deal with that. But specifically, I just can't. I feel you. I 100% feel you.
And so we posted about 30 audio episodes. Actually, going back. So while we decided like we were going to record. Yeah. We did our first episode and we were like, wait, like, what's our podcast called?
Oh, okay.
And so we gave ourselves like a week, I think, where you're like, you brainstorm, I'll brainstorm, then we'll come together and see what we come up with. We had like a couple of random different names. And then Amir goes, what about Cousin Connection? I was like, that's so basic. Like Cousin Connection.
I actually think it's a pretty creative name.
Literally, like, logically makes the most sense.
I like immediately shut it down. We had some other ones and I was just
African Ramblers.
Yes.
African
Ramblers. Hell no.
I can already see the merch for that right now. I'm not going to lie to you.
That might have to be
the dashikis and all, yo.
It was I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Okay. And so we let a week go by and I'm like, Amir, I have the perfect name for us. He's like, what is it? I'm like, Cousin Connection Podcast.
You guys have a thing where you guys circle back to your old ideas a lot, eh?
And he looked at me and he was like BFFR. Like, literally, be for real right now. He's like, I told you that last week.
She came up with it. She said it like she just came up with it.
But I swear, I forgot you told it. I forgot you told me, and I was so excited. I'm like, it's the perfect name.
Gotcha.
Like, so that's how Cousin
Connection.
I'm noticing Amir is always ahead of the curve. You know?
Don't give him too much credit.
Okay, fair enough.
He's gonna walk out of here feeling like the man.
Yeah, we're giving him so much of an ego boost right now. It's crazy.
Fair.
So that's how the podcast was born. And then we recorded about 30 episodes with just audio. And then Amir was like, I really think we should incorporate video. Like, that's going to get us more engagement. We can post it on YouTube. And I was like, that means I have to like get dressed and like look presentable every single time. I can't just chill in my sweats.
Yeah.
And so then we started doing video, and it was just recording on Amir's Google Pixel at the time. It still is a Google Pixel.
Shout out to the Google Pixel. Great camera.
No, for real. For real.
Amazing.
Great camera.
I still love my iPhone though. Don't get me wrong.
I love my iPhone too.
Yeah.
The camera.
I was going to say the only reason we couldn't use it long term because for like the first 40 or 50 episodes before we got a camera, we would literally have to stop the episode.
Oh my God, yes.
Halfway through because the camera would overheat.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
And if we didn't do that, it would literally overheat, and then the audio would be like 5 seconds ahead of the video. It was
Would you have it plugged into the charger as well?
I did, yeah, but just the camera being on for that long, it wasn't made to be like that, so it just started overheating.
And I realized we never explained that to our listeners, so we would always be like, okay, we'll be right back. It's because Amir had to like pause the recording and restart it.
Okay, fair. Okay.
So one day I got a DM saying like, what do you guys do when you take a break? Like, you go like eat a snack? I'm like,
bathroom break every episode, guys.
I'm like, no, like we literally just listen. We use a phone to record.
Camera,
yeah, and they were like, oh, okay.
That's dope.
And so that is how the podcast started, and we kind of just continued to record on a weekly basis ever since. Every now and then, I think we've taken maybe like 2 actually long breaks, but other than that, like we might miss a week or 2.
Multiple times, especially this year.
That was his fault. That was his fault.
Before we start recording, there's an adjustment. I got married and everything.
True.
Things are moving around.
Things are happening.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Got a lot of responsibilities.
100%. But when did you guys know that this was something that that you guys want to do? Like because we had a period in which we were doing it, and then we were like, is this really the content we want to make? And then we had to go back to the drawing board, figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, when did you guys decide that this is what you want to do?
For me personally, it's always been more like first I like, giving advice, because even before we had the podcast, Sada and I have been asked to speak for our youth, and like we've been part of like a lot of youth programs for our community.
Mashallah.
So we were kind of used to organizing and speaking in front of people to begin with.
Gotcha.
So that felt kind of natural, but also I'm a person who loves the process. So when it came to all the audio stuff, like this was information. And when I mentioned all the stuff that I did in the past, I was also an audio guy. So I had that experience as well.
Got you.
And I was always interested in like editing and like the process of editing and figuring out how to like tweak things. I was always just interested in the more nerdy stuff.
Fair.
So just the process itself, like made me love coming back and doing it again and again. And then of course, hearing people saying, oh, this helped me with this and that. And feeling like you can, like, it's like a source for maybe some good advice for someone younger than us that's looking for some advice from someone, but they don't have someone around them who can give it to them, or they're maybe too shy to ask someone. At least they have a source that they can go to from 2 people that kind of look like them.
Gotcha.
Right? So that was my motivation personally.
Okay.
Sweet, man.
I think
How about you, Sarah?
for me, I would say, well, you now know what like kickstarted my desire to start a podcast, but similar to Amir, I noticed that when we would talk about certain topics, we would really get like an influx of DMs. Some people leave comments, but when it's more personal, oh my God, I remember the earlier days, people would like really open up in the DMs and share their stories. And a lot of times they would just message my personal page. And so I felt this like sense of responsibility, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry you're going through that. Like the amount of friends I've made just from like the earlier viewers, just from opening up, like it made me realize like, wow, a lot of what we say holds weight and value to other people. Like we really should take this more seriously. And it doesn't mean that we have our lives all figured out. Like we're not perfect. We can only ever speak from our own individual experiences. But if it can help at least one person, then I feel like we've done our job,
Amazing, man. Were you guys close growing up as kids?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like we were literally born like 3 months apart.
Oh wow.
Really?
That close.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
my name's Amir, her name's Sarah, as in like prince, princess. You know. Just say it though.
Our moms are sisters.
The connection just keeps growing. The connection keeps growing.
I literally just discovered that yesterday.
No, it's same because I've never made that.
New lore just dropped. Man.
I've
The new
literally
lore.
never made
For real,
that.
bro.
That's actually so fire.
so
though.
Yeah.
cool. What?
So it was always meant to be kind of.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We grew up literally in the same building
Yeah.
as children. Like,
Wow.
of course, maybe when we were a little bit older, we moved to different areas. But our families were very close. Our moms are sisters, of course. So
Yeah.
like that, we were always at each other's houses.
Yeah.
And she had an older brother. I didn't have, my sister wasn't born yet, or she was, but she was a baby. So he kind of became my like default older brother.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's that connection as well. So we're just a very close family to begin
Yeah.
with. So it
Gotcha.
just kind of made sense for her to be my partner.
No, I've told you guys this at your live show. I love the idea of like how you guys are so close. Like it's like I think you guys even have cousins around the world in which you guys come together sometimes.
You guys are bringing all the cousins connections
Yeah, like they
all
have
around the world.
It's like a clique where they sometimes they meet up, like multiple of them,
Yeah.
and they just chill. You know, I don't want to say I'm jealous. I don't want to give you evil,
No.
right? But I think it's such a beautiful thing in which like you guys have such a great relationship with your cousins that no matter what time passes, no matter what you guys are doing in your life, you know, at the end of the day, you guys love each other and we'll meet up at one point at a certain time.
Yeah.
You know,
And
I don't have that.
I think
Yeah, I don't have it like
because
that.
like he only has one sister, I only have one brother, and so
Right.
like we had no choice but to be close with our
By
cousins.
default, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
Okay.
But it's
whether
actually, sorry to get you off, but
It's
I was going
okay.
to say it's really great that you guys have cultivated this relationship as cousins. Like
Mashallah,
eventually, inshallah, somewhere down the line when you guys both have children,
Yeah.
then they have a path that they can follow, like the closeness, you know, like the cousin
100%.
sleepovers that you guys are mentioning
Yeah.
and whatnot. So,
Oh, you have to keep this going.
oh yeah.
Like you have to.
yeah.
A lot of conversations, like
Right.
the issue, or not, the one thing that I'm worried about a lot of times is that like, of course, you know, our parents only had maybe one or two, maybe 2 to 3 kids max.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of parents. Our parents had a lot of siblings.
Gotcha.
So that's the reason we had so many
Yeah.
cousins, right?
Fair.
right.
Okay.
So at least we had that kind of gang to kind of come together and do
Gotcha.
things with. But for the next generation, like that number is kind of dwindling. Thankfully, her brother's kind of holding down the fort for us. He's always been having kids for us. Older cousin.
Shout out to Big Bro. Shout out to Big Bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's kind of starting out for us. But yeah, it's definitely been like a thought, like, okay, when we get older or when we start
Yeah.
having kids, like we got to make sure we live within proximity of each other.
100%.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we were like, oh, let's all live in the same neighborhood or something like that, right?
Well, that'd be fun.
But
Yeah.
you know, the prices out here, I'm just saying.
It's not easy. It's not easy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's amazing. And kind of to segue into a different line of question, what is difficult about what you guys do? Like as a team, as close as you guys are, the relationship that you guys are, I would imagine that there has been times where, you know, there either could be some friction or maybe some misunderstandings and stuff like that. Like
We argue all the time.
we do, yeah.
all the
We
time.
love it. We love it. Yeah.
You never argue.
we like
No,
You guys are real. You
when
guys
I
are all
say
aligned, eh?
argue, okay, let me change the way. we always have the same end goal.
Yeah.
Like we want this to work. We want this to be successful. We want this to eventually be our point of revenue, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But sometimes the way we go about it is a little different.
Yeah.
So we try to have like bi-weekly meetings or like weekly meetings where we kind of talk about, here's the direction, here's what I want to introduce. What are your thoughts? And then a lot of times, which is awesome because I like when people are opposed to what my thought process is. We have like a lot of back and forth. Like,
Yeah.
is this really gonna work?
And one
Right.
thing I really love about our dynamic, us three, is that it's almost encouraging to challenge each other. You know, when somebody comes up with an idea, as great as it may sound, we're always thinking, okay, how can we make this idea better? Or
Right.
what is not great about this idea yet? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it kind of incentivizes us to like think differently, push each other in different boundaries. But with, you know, natural instincts come about, and sometimes I just want to,
Especially me and him.
I just want to yell at him sometimes. And
We
no,
always
man,
argue.
I don't like that, you know. But that's the beauty of what we do, is like we've
Yeah.
kind of like cultivated this relationship now where we can challenge each other organically and in a
100%,
healthy
yeah.
way. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was asking you guys, is like, has there been moments where you're like, okay, we may not see eye to eye on some certain things, but like we've come together in a different fashion or a different path?
I think for Amir and I, like we both know what each other's strengths and weaknesses are.
Gotcha.
So I know that my strength is more so like the social media side of it and like interacting with fans and setting up, you know, when we have guests on, like coordinating that kind of stuff. And Amir
with you guys.
coordinating with you guys. Exactly. And then the, like his strength is more so like the back end work, like the technical audio stuff, editing, producing, especially when we vlog, like every now and then he'll show me, you know, like, this is what I've edited so far. What do you think? And he's very open and like receptive. One thing I love about Amir is like, I'll just come up with an idea. I'm like, can you like, and I'll explain it in the most like weird way. I'm like, can you do this and that? And he's like, yeah, 1 sec. And then he like puts my vision to life. And I'm like
a human
wow.
ChatGPT.
Yes.
Really
it's so like, mashallah, like just like seeing how much his talents have like grown over the last few years. It makes me like excited for what's to come in the future, whatever we decide to do with the channel and the platform that we've built. But I think because our relationship is based so much on like, I trust that you've got this and he trusts that I've got this, but also we're open. Like if I'm like, hey, I think we should try this. I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's try it. Like we both have that like laissez-faire type of attitude about it that I don't think we've ever like, we've never argued.
No. Not really.
Shout out to you guys. It very much seems from the outside looking in that you guys are like kind of like two wheels on a moving bike, where it's like you guys are kind of like steering each other.
Yeah.
In a weird way, it's kind of like cycling together.
Yeah.
Flow. That's fire.
Yeah. That's for us, we're like a tricycle that sometimes the wheels are pointing a different direction.
Sometimes I want to go left. Sometimes he wants to go right. You know what I mean? Like,
but I think having, because we have spoken to previous podcasters who had a larger group. They were even more. They're like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And they said a similar thing where like they had a lot of opposing ideas on what to do and what direction it should go in.
Right.
And I think it kind of helps that it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
And because I'm more of like, we're both actually more like relaxed in direction. Like right now, of course, our goals are to maybe get it to where it becomes a actual revenue source.
Gotcha.
But right now we're like, okay, you know what? We're chilling. We'll work on small things here and there, but there's no rush at the moment. So maybe that's the reason that we're a little bit more relaxed on it.
Fair.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you never know. Next year we might like put in some more
hours.
Kind of diversify on what we do, because right now it's almost purely podcasting. We'll come out with like a vlog like once every 6 months.
It's so bad.
I've seen the wedding vlog.
No, but we have like, I actually just found the Umrah footage on my phone. I was like, oh my God, that's why I couldn't find it on my laptop.
Yeah, so like we might like film something in May and it'll come out like January of next year.
Right.
It's like the movie releases, you know, they film it like 8 months later they
like Infinity War Endgame type of vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough, I get you.
But yeah, right now we work well together. That's how it is.
No, that's cool. No, I am an avid watcher. I watch all the time, you know? And I remember like your podcast, I used to have it on while I'm doing my work.
Yes.
And then sometimes you guys would be saying some stuff and I'm turning my head. So, you know, something I really like about you guys, and it's actually in a way changed my life. When you guys were talking about the third space. Remember that?
Yes.
I don't know when you mentioned that, but ever since you guys introduced that topic, because I never realized how much I just at home work, right?
Yeah.
And then when I introduced a third space, which is either sometimes going to the gym or maybe I try to always not just be at home and work, you know?
Yeah.
And ever since, I just want to thank you guys for introducing that, because it really changed my life, you know? Going to Amir's point, I do take more walks now.
I'm glad that,
you know? Every episode he talks about his walks, you know?
Yeah.
So like, what started that idea in your mind? Did you have a time in which you didn't have a third space? You know, I would love to hear your opinion on that. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, for me personally, it started actually it kind of naturally came in because there was a point where I was in university.
Yeah.
And then university was just not working out for me. So then I ended up taking a break for a year before going back to like college to do my whatever. So I had a lot of free time. Well, I was working a part-time job at the time, but I had a lot of free time to kind of like figure out what I liked, hobbies. And one of them happened to be the gym. So that was when I really started like going to the gym regularly.
Yeah.
And then when I started going to school, I continued going to the gym, and then it just naturally became my third space where I would go to like relax, to converse. Like, you know, it was almost like a social space because you made friends with people at the gym, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of came in naturally. And then I found out about the concept of a third space when I was doing my reading in that time right before we started the podcast and doing my research on like mental health and like, what was a book that I remember that I read?
Oh my God, yeah, you always used to mention it.
I used to references.
What was it called?
It was like something about being smart with social relationships.
Yeah, I can't.
But there was something that just taught you how to be better socially.
Yeah.
And that was one of the topics. So then I was like, oh, okay, I put that together in my mind. And then I realized like, okay, this is what helped me. I should probably tell other people about this.
Gotcha.
Right on.
Yeah. I think for me, like growing up, I've always been an extrovert, very social and like involved in, the Harari community. And so that was like, I always had a third space without even knowing it.
Gotcha.
And then during COVID, obviously we weren't seeing anyone. You're just kind of at home, and social media became the third space. If you guys remember, like Clubhouse was a thing.
Oh, throwback. Oh my goodness.
How could we forget?
So what's crazy is like during COVID, I'm pretty sure I developed like a level of social anxiety.
Fair.
Because I'm a yapper, but I was on Clubhouse mute, just like listening. And I'm like, oh my God, these people are crazy. Like just sitting there, like listening and never contributing.
Yeah.
But it was through sitting through like all of these Clubhouse conversations where I was like, this is so stupid. Like I need to give it my 2 cents.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know these people and I don't really want to get involved. But that also like kind of motivated me to want to, put a podcast out. And when I finally was brave enough to start speaking and I would give my 2 cents, it would like result in these really productive conversations, essentially like podcast style on Clubhouse. And so that was my third space for a little bit. And then post COVID, I felt like we were all just stuck in this routine of like home work or school if you're a student, and people just like didn't know how to be social and outside anymore. So, we started talking about this whole third space. And now, as you guys know, like, especially I think it was like last Ramadan where the Yemeni coffee shops really just like took off and became super popular. And so I'm seeing it a lot, especially this year, like Scarborough has a new Ridgeway version plaza thing. Yeah, Warden and Lawrence.
Okay, you guys need to tell me. I don't know.
Warden and Lawrence, both guess, actually. It kind of extends over both, but like it's popping over there. Like, I know Ridgeway is cool and all.
Fair enough.
We've been.
Went there for the first time.
How is it?
The hype was kind of real still. Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, it was
extremely busy.
I remember there was a time in which I tried to go to a new spot every time I went there.
Yeah.
Like I've literally almost went to every restaurant, every coffee shop.
Really?
I took a year where I was like, let me try everything.
It took you a year?
What? Yeah. Because I think like every other weekend, I just used to go to Ridgeway Plaza, try out a lot of different stuff. I don't know if you guys went to the Dough Story. That's one of my favorites.
That's where I went.
Yes.
Oh, it was great. Yeah. They're the people who have the tiramisu latte that's going viral right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got their chocolate ganache cake thing.
Great.
It's like the one they like.
Yeah, the one where they
break it in the
10 out of 10.
So
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I got you on more. Don't worry. I can give you more places to go. Don't worry.
I'm down. I love chocolate. Just one thing to keep.
He's the dessert king. This guy.
Yeah.
And all.
You know how you guys in a way. One of the reasons why we started the podcast was me and Slim. We had a conversation where we were like, we're talking, like I remember I was going through a breakup and then I went to this guy.
It's always those breakups.
Yeah, it was always a breakup.
All the podcasts, all the good podcasts started with a breakup.
I don't remember what it was, but I was in his car at the time and then I was like, yo bro, I'm hurting. And I've never been through something like this. And I know you have, let me know. And then I remember we had that conversation and we were like, wouldn't it be cool if people were a fly on the wall, And then originally that was the purpose of our podcast. We wanted to talk about these hard hitting topics that a lot of people, especially men, in my opinion, it's kind of frowned upon to talk. Because I don't really like before I went to him, I couldn't talk to anybody about my breakup.
Yeah,
like
for real.
I feel like it's embarrassing. I'm
not
heartbroken.
That's a human emotion.
No, it's not. You're right. But what I'm saying is like to openly say that.
Yeah.
It's like at that point in my life, I was uncomfortable coming clean with what I was feeling,
Right.
So then I went to this guy and then we decided maybe we should have these conversations on a mic,
Yeah.
And when we did that, alhamdulillah, it became something else, which we still talk about hard-hitting topics to this day. And the reason why I bring this up is another avenue in which I was able to express myself in terms of like it's a really well for my mental health was baking. You know?
Oh my God, I had a
Yeah.
phase.
I
Yes.
love
Actually, yeah,
baking. So I love baking. Where
I see your stories sometimes. I'm like, is he
on it.
buying
He's
that?
really on it.
like
I always tell him.
I try all the time to create stuff that I've never made. You know?
Nice.
So to your point, the reason chocolate, I was actually thinking about a recipe today on what I can make with
Really?
chocolate because it's fall season. So
Yeah.
we have to make something pumpkin related.
Yeah,
I was thinking
yeah.
about some apple donut type of vibe, and then I'd like a chocolate donut type of thing. you know?
Okay. I heard chocolate. I'm good.
He said apple and you almost lost him. He was like,
You don't like apple?
Apple.
here,
No,
fruit?
it's fall. Oh, you know.
I'm weird with fruits and baking items together.
See
How
what I
come?
mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I've always the texture. If it's a jam,
Yeah.
I'm good.
You don't like apple fritters?
If it's like apple fritters, if it's a jam, it's
Yeah.
okay. If it's like thick pieces in there, yeah.
Oh, Mir, you're weird.
dealing with that.
You're weird. You're weird. You're
Apple pie and that type of stuff. You're not with it.
Nah. Oh, that's
Fair
so
enough.
bizarre.
Yeah.
To each
That's
their
so
own.
weird. Okay.
He's a simple guy.
Simple guy.
He knows
give
what
me
he
some
likes.
chocolate cake and I'm good.
Oh,
That's all it is.
I got you a chocolate cake. I got
That's
you.
all I need. Yeah.
fine.
No, but that's cool. But to a different line of questioning, I wanted to ask is at the beginning, it was really awkward posting content.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think we had a stage in which we, our first couple episodes, myself, Mohammed, and Mukhtar, we all came together in a room and watched our episode. It was so cringy.
Why would you
You know?
do that to yourself?
No,
Because we needed
it was
to watch
torture.
my
It was
episodes.
torture.
Why?
It was
Why?
torture. I couldn't do it.
It was.
Were you trying to desensitize yourself?
No,
I didn't know any better at the time. That's
Oh, so you just watched
we
it
were just trying to do like a review session.
Yeah, review. I was like,
Destroyed our
I'm
confidence.
talking over you. I'm talking over you. I need to stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm not talking enough. We need to update. We need to maybe raise our octave.
Yeah.
We need to maybe talk about different topics. So we had like I remember at the beginning, like
was a
in a room looking at it, and all of us were like this, looking at the.
I don't know how y'all did that.
But it's
You ever want
okay
to
now.
torture yourself and your friends?
Yeah.
Record a video together and then lock
Yeah,
yourselves in the room and
100%.
watch it.
Oh,
You don't think there's gonna be any like gaps in terms of what you just think when you make content it's gonna be great, people are gonna like it, but you don't know that there's gonna be like a progress of
Exactly,
is
yeah.
this valuable for people, you know? So to go to the question, was there a time period in which you guys just felt very awkward making content?
Yeah.
And when did you
Yeah.
and when did you start feeling comfortable in front of a camera?
Okay, so when we first started filming on camera, so 30 episodes in, I feel like we were finally getting comfortable just recording like audio only. And then we have this camera, and I remember like I was so nervous, and I can tell, like you can tell from your own body language, like every now and then a new fan will be like, I'm gonna binge watch all your episodes, and then they comment on them too. So I'm like, what episode is that? And I feel like episode 12. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
you're
why are
watching
you
that?
here? Can we private these videos? So when I click it, I'm like, let's just like see how we were doing. And so I go back and watch, and I'm just mortified.
Yeah.
You know? And like
It's hard. It's not easy.
there are some episodes where it's amazing to see the growth even in how we articulate ourselves.
Yeah,
I know a big thing is like saying a lot.
totally.
And like I was watching this podcast where they were talking about the power of the pause. Like instead of just saying and just sounding unsure, like you can just pause.
100%.
And it also gives that dramatic effect for the listener or the viewer. Like it really, I feel like my confidence has grown in terms of how I'm able to speak and carry myself. And I feel like the same for you.
Yeah. Like in the outside world, my confidence is growing on it. But like
Yeah.
still to this day, like my wife actually watched the podcast. I don't know. Yeah, before I met her too, technically. So she still does watch it every time it comes out. And whenever I hear it in the background, I'm like, please turn it down. I don't want to
She
hear
watched it on the
myself.
TV.
Headphones,
She turns
please.
on in the TV.
Oh my God.
That's wild.
My parents do that too.
That's wild.
Oh, that's
I can't, especially when parents are watching. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Every week
yeah.
they put it on in the living room full blast, and I'm just like,
helps the algorithm.
it does. But they watch it from like my account because I have premium.
Oh, fair
so they
enough.
log in, and I'm like, at least like the video.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like we get feedback from the ones that are closest to us, like whether it's Amir's wife or like my mom. She'll be like, why'd you guys talk about that? Also, like, don't say things like, I'm like, Mom, get with the time.
Didn't say all the feedback was good.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It also does help that because I edit the podcast.
Yeah.
Like those things you mentioned where you realize, oh, I'm talking over too much, or maybe we're too quiet, or those little things you notice when you're watching it back. I hear it 1,000 times as I'm editing.
Right.
Because like I'll be editing and going back over the same thing multiple times sometimes. So that's where I've learned to like pick up on things that I don't like and want to change. And Sarah will have to review it usually before we post it to see if there's like any clips, but also when she makes a description. So she kind of goes over it as well. So she kind of see if there's anything she wants to. I don't know if you've done that, but
I do.
Fair, okay.
Yeah,
like I'll skim.
So you both watch the episode before it drops?
Not like fully, but I do kind of do like a quick skim. Because sometimes like we'll be recording and if I say something crazy, I'll be like, Amir, cut this out. When you're editing this, cut it out, cut this part out.
Yeah.
And sometimes he doesn't because he's like, this is great content.
I just
he has the vision, you know.
I completely forgot. I don't know
he does. Yeah. He'll be like, oh shoot, I forgot.
About that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm
did you know that you can edit it yourself in the studio, YouTube studio?
I've learned because I think I had to cut something out one time that like it was a vlog and someone else was in it.
Got you.
And I think he was like at work. So I'm like, let me just see if I can figure this out.
No, I got you.
And I did it. But like, don't expect me to be Steven Spielberg. Absolutely not. No.
Fair enough. Okay.
I feel like for us at first, it was very natural to have conversations with Warsami and Mukhtar because I've known them for 20 plus years. They're my brothers, right? So behind the camera felt okay, but after the fact is when I would always, have these lingering thoughts in my mind of, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or maybe I could have said this in a different way. And that used to very much weigh on me a lot when like an episode would be released and whatnot. And we used to do our own editing too before, so we'd have to like forcefully watch what we shot, right? So I'd always kind of almost beat myself up about certain things that were discussed and said. And over time, I kind of learned how to be kind of camera ready and, like, as vulnerable as I want to be, not share too much, but also still be like, insightful to people who are going through certain things. But with that came some, I wouldn't necessarily say an issue, but like the process of managing stress levels when we're talking about heavy conversations and like, things get passionate sometimes and you may, dive into certain anecdotes and personal stories and whatnot. So it's gotten to a point now where we very much try to manage the level of like mental stress or anguish that you go through when having real open, deep conversations. So my question to you is, because you mentioned how you get DMs from people, viewers and whatnot, and you guys definitely talk about deep, heavy conversations, right? So how do you guys kind of balance your mental stability or like your mental health when you guys are talking about, heavy topics and stuff like that? Because that's something we would like to know too, because we're kind of still going through it.
That's a really good question. Because I know for me, the DMs used to get to me because sometimes I don't want to call them sob stories, but people really open up and I'm just like, oh my God, wow. Like, first of all, I'm a stranger to you. So thank you for opening up. But I'm also very much like an empath. So if someone's telling me a sad story, like I'm going to feel that and take on their emotions and I let it impact me. And so I think I started to not necessarily scale back in my responses, but it's like, I have to check myself. Like, am I in the right headspace to receive this? And then also when we're having these conversations on the podcast, what I've learned, and I think you realize the same, is the more authentic you are, the more people can catch on and they like that. Right. So there are times, we've done Q&As and people like to ask us certain questions. Just based on things that we've talked about, relationships mostly or mental health. And I think for the longest time, we've both kind of like danced around it, but like still we're like, we can like sprinkle in some things here and there.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the last one, I remember like I made the decision on the spot because I remember Amir was like, you don't have to answer that question if you don't want to. And I was like, F it, I'm just going to go for it.
I was surprised too still.
Yeah, he was like, dang, she's really, airing it all out there. And when I did, I remember just like saying, obviously like not going too into detail at the end of the day. Like I'm not going to expose someone else either. Like at the end, I can only speak on myself, right? And so doing that in the moment after we recorded, I remember just like, do you guys have this thing where you come down from the high of recording and you're just like, I need to sit there in silence for a little bit?
Definitely.
All the time.
Definitely.
So I was like deep in thought. I'm like, did I share too much? Did I, I'm like, you know what? Whatever, like however it's received, it'll be received. And if I get a text message in a couple weeks, like
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It'll show you like how far you've come from that incident or whatever happened.
Oh yeah.
If it was like a year earlier,
I'd be crying.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be like, well.
And surely, over time, things do change, your feelings change, but like become stronger from it. And
That's amazing. Yeah.
Because I know a year before wouldn't have been the same.
What I was gonna say is you kind of had a visualization of your growth, kind of in that instance right there.
100%.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I can also just, one reason why I'm so like grateful that we do this podcast is I can look back to like how I was, my thought process like 4 years ago. And not that many people have that ability to do that, because you can think back to it, but to have it on camera is kind of crazy.
You have like a digital diary?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also through his sister, like sometimes like we would be on her channel through vlogs and stuff. So I love, like, I'm a very nostalgic person. So I love looking back and I'm like, oh my God, we were so young and like unhinged back then.
I have photo albums of all my friends, like all the way from like 2011. I have a picture of this guy from like 2012.
No way.
That I sent to him all the time.
We have a lot of those too.
Yeah, this guy has some real ammo on.
My friends,
can never let him share.
they always tell me, if there's one thing we got to get rid of, it's this guy's phone.
For real. For real. If it ever goes bad with me and
It's all in the
him,
cloud.
I'm so organized. I have a photo album of each of them.
Yeah.
it's over. If we ever get bad turns, I gotta deactivate all my social media to make sure he has no chance of
Gotta
getting
go,
me.
bro.
That's like him. He has a lot of our like childhood videos, mostly because his dad was like the original vlogger.
Yeah, that's what we always say.
Okay.
My dad is like the original vlogger. Like he was ultimately a YouTube vlogger, but he just didn't have anywhere to put it.
Fair enough.
Because
Okay.
he took videos. Sometimes he would put himself on the camera. And from when we were like born up until we were like maybe 10 or 12, until my sister picked up the camera.
No, older than that. Like
That's
there
so
were some
fire.
videos of us like, I want to say up until like 2012-ish.
Yeah, basically until my sister picked up the camera, my dad had the camera, and then she
Yeah.
kind
I
of
see,
took it from
okay.
there.
Shout out
and
to
started
Pops.
vlogging. So
Right?
we have
Shout out to Pops, like
real though.
walking around with those big ass like camcorders, like the heavy
Yes.
stuff. And he's doing it because there's a purpose behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here we are. You guys
So
are
I did kind of take credit from my sister for being the first like YouTuber, but low key, my dad might have been the first.
he was the original. The OG. He started it all.
Even existed. He
Exactly.
was the first YouTuber.
It runs in the blood?
It runs in
It
the
runs in the
blood.
blood?
It runs in the
I
blood.
think
Well, now we
so.
got to find out what his dad did.
Yeah.
True.
You never know.
Is six back then? No.
It might have been the photographer, the
Right.
analog camera. Wind that up.
Yeah, he just walked
Yep.
around like this.
Back in the day. Classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
Go ahead.
sorry, just to go back to your question, because I realized I didn't answer it fully. You shouldn't beat yourself up over the version of you today. Like what you felt like was right in the moment and what you say on camera is fine, and like 6 months from now when you look back, you're like, I didn't like that. That's you 6 months from now, not today. You know what I mean? And I think for me, the toughest pill for me to swallow was the comments. So sometimes we would post things on TikTok, and TikTok is like ruthless.
Oh yeah, it's
the
a jungle
people
out
on there,
It's a jungle. Yeah.
they're so,
They're so rude.
it's like uncharted waters. Instagram, it's kind of like, it's not that bad.
A little more tame, I would say.
Yes,
Still kind of wild.
but TikTok was, oh my God. And so I remember there were times where I would message Amir. I'm like, oh my God, I don't think we should ever talk about this again. They're eating us alive in the comments. He's like, he's so chill about it.
No, because you know what it is?
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, I went through like I was mental health
Journey.
be like at the beginning of COVID. And I think it's because like early on, for me, I don't care really what people say or think, because when you're in your head a lot, I'm a person who is in my head a lot.
Yeah.
You kind of say everything, like the worst things you can think of, you can say to yourself in your head for a person who's always in their head.
Yeah.
So someone else saying it to me doesn't really affect me because I've said worse in my own head.
Fair.
It's like it doesn't really affect me like that, right?
Yeah.
So that journey in itself kind of got me ready for the podcast. At that point, I was like, okay, I don't really care. If people clown on us or make comments negative towards us, I'm like, that's just they have their own issues.
We get
to
those
work
Yeah.
through,
Don't worry. All right, like I do this thing where At the beginning, they bothered me, the comments, right?
Yes, me
But
too.
now it's kind of fun where when I get a negative comment, depending on how creative they are, screenshot them,
Yeah, we judge
send it to
them
the group chat.
We judge them now. Yeah, we judge them. We're like, there's not enough sauce on this hate. You know, like,
Eventually, I want to do like a mean tweets.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
like
my
the way Jimmy
God.
Kimmel did it.
Yeah,
And then I want to talk about like, because I don't think we have, like, I think I have the most bad comments.
Nah, I have some bangers. I have
No,
some
like
bangers.
you.
They hit me with some. They hit me with some bombs.
Really?
For real.
No
For real.
way.
For real. Yep.
So
they
then I'm
come after me.
collecting maybe like if we have 10 of each and we
Yeah.
can make like a short mean tweets, you
Sit on
know?
a stool in the middle.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
You guys are
That was
strong
so
for
dope.
that. I would
love it.
never.
It took some time. It took some time.
Year one, we would never be able to get that.
Oh no, I used
We
to.
would have
We
been.
collected the comments like that too. Cause
No, now I'm in a point where I'm like, you're gonna be rude on my channel. Bye.
No, no,
Delete.
no.
oh yeah, she does delete comments too. Yeah.
I will happily delete.
No, but we do have a rule though, where it's like any bad comments towards us, we'll keep. But if it's a guest, we don't tolerate that because I don't want my guest to feel uncomfortable on my channel, on our channel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I only delete comments when it comes to guests, but when it comes to us, free game. You know, they can say whatever they want.
That's. I mean, listen. What is it? All press is good press or whatever.
Yeah, fair. Yeah,
You can say that. Yeah.
Something like that. There's that saying.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
got you. I know what you mean.
But I think I also, when I realized it was impacting me and it was impacting how I carried myself on camera, I'm like, no, I'm not being authentic anymore. Like, if it's gonna bother me that much, I'm just gonna get rid of it.
Got you.
But if it's something that's like someone's just criticizing something, or maybe we've said something kind of crazy, so they're like, hey, you guys are wrong, I won't delete those. It's more, I encourage the dialogue. Like sometimes we talk about, controversial topics, and Amir and I both,
If it's good faith dialogue, why not?
like that's fine. But when you're coming for us for like dumb things, like miss me with that. I don't care.
Right.
I'm not here to
The
entertain.
line in the
Fair
sand.
enough.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I think we've cultivated a good enough audience.
Yeah, that's also true.
At least on YouTube specifically.
They'll come
We
for
don't
you.
get, yeah.
Our cousins will come
Yeah,
for you. So
terrifying.
don't let us hate.
Real.
There you go. I have a question for both of you, and I'm very interested to hear how you guys would answer. Let me preface this by saying I started to ask this question to people in my daily personal life, and it's always interesting to hear their response. So what I want to ask you is, do you both know that you're good at what you do?
Oh, I never think I'm good at what I do.
So is it more like
Yeah.
an evolving process for you, or do you feel a sense of like, yeah, I'm good at what I do right now?
Personally, I always feel like I can evolve. Like I can always do better.
Yeah.
I'm always looking to do better
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like once I've maybe it's not the right way to think, but I feel like if I put myself on that pedestal where I'm like, yeah, I'm really good at what I do, then I'll stop looking for things that I can improve on.
Right. Okay.
So I'm always like, I could have done better. Every episode we record, I'm like, I could have done this better. I could have done that better. Like she mentioned, the mention or the saying of ums in sentences.
Right.
Like that's something I notice a lot. So
Actually,
improve. Yeah.
do you remember?
What?
Sometimes we'd be talking and you'd be like, because he's agreeing. And he's like,
Oh,
oh my God, I hate that I say that.
That was a big thing. And I still kind of do it, but I'm always self-conscious of it. So I'm like, I should stop doing that.
Fair
I
enough.
hear that.
Yeah, so I'm always, whether it be both in front of the camera, but also when editing, I feel like I can improve. There's always like, I'm like, what's the best method of doing this? How can I improve it, make it more efficient? So there's always things I'm trying to improve on.
Yeah.
So maybe one day I'll get to that level, but currently I'm like, I'm still learning. I'm
Work
still
in
baby
progress.
in this
Work in
realm.
progress.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fire. Dara?
I think I would say that I strive to be great at what I do because I want to put in the utmost effort, right? Like in anything that I'm going to put my hand in, like I'm going to try my best to make it as great as possible, but acknowledging that there's always going to be room for improvement. So we might put out an episode and we're happy with it, or like there are times where we have a more like deeper conversation in an episode, and I actually enjoy those ones more because I feel like, yeah, we had to be a little bit more vulnerable, but that's the type of content that I truly enjoy. And so, not me saying
We'll cut it out. Don't worry.
but like I feel like we do a great job, but we can always improve. So I feel like we're probably somewhat good. Otherwise, people wouldn't be watching us. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that the kind of the reason in a nutshell I'm asking this, because I kind of struggle with that myself too, a little bit of imposter syndrome when people are like,
Yes.
I really like what you're doing, you're really good at it. And I'm just like, it could be better though, you know?
Yeah.
That's
But
the
you
first
can't
thing in my
be,
mind.
you like the thing that I've learned, especially on this platform, is it's okay to be confident in your work,
100%.
you know, and learn how to accept the compliments. As you guys know, you started off this episode complimenting us and we were both like, stop.
Fair enough.
But like, you have to learn to accept the compliments, because if you can't even speak positivity to yourself, then that's why you're not accepting it from other people. Like you have to talk yourself up in order to continue to strive for greatness, you know? Because if you're constantly like, we're not that great, like not that many people watch us, or whatever you're saying or you're telling yourself, you're going to start to believe it and then live by that. So you're going to always put yourself down. So
Yeah,
it's okay to be confident.
definitely.
It's okay to believe that you guys are doing a great job, because you are. And I can see this going so far, inshallah. Like,
I appreciate
I want you guys to know you're doing a great job. I still remember that first DM.
Wait, we were at a rough place. We didn't even know what content we wanted to make.
No, we just kind of had like we just kind of had great conversations, and we're like,
Yeah.
how can we share this with everyone?
Yeah.
You know, and then here we are, years
Sometimes it takes time to find your niche, and it's also okay to like rebrand. Like
Totally,
you could
yeah.
be doing something for a couple years and you're like, all right, that was a great run. Let's try something new.
100%. Which we've done. We're like on multiple. There are so many times we threw stuff at the wall.
Yeah.
It did not stick.
Yeah.
But then, alhamdulillah, like what did stick was a lot of the stuff, because we always talk about deep topics, right? So then what we were like, we can still do that because that's the original thing I want to do.
Yeah.
But let's do it in a scenario based type of thing, where kind of now we have these Reddit stories in which we talk about it, and then we delve deep into our rationale as to, is it wrong, is it right, who's correct, who's wrong, and then there are times where we are on opposite sides.
Yes, I've seen.
You know, opposite, like especially myself and Mohammed over there, where he thinks this way, I think this way, and that video typically does the best because there's always going to be opposing
People like
sides.
conflict.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
people assume that it's like where we're doing it for this. No, we've always been like that in terms of myself and Mohammed. We always on opposing sides for most parts, and I do this thing where I want him to agree with me and he wants me to agree with him, but it never works. You know, it never. I don't think I've ever. You've changed my mind 2 times.
That's
Those
kind
are
of
the best conversations.
that's kind of the beauty of our friendship, man.
Yeah,
Lovely.
100%.
Those are the best conversations where like you guys are on opposing sides, because then your audience will also be
Totally.
more than
Yeah.
likely on opposing sides. So that could,
Yeah, we have like a team him and a team
Exactly.
me, you know?
Yeah.
And my team better, you know?
No. Team Slim is up there. Team Slim is up there. Okay, let's not do that now.
put on a poll right now.
Right, we
Yeah,
gotta
you
go
gotta-
right there underneath us.
Vote who's
enough.
better. Leave it in the comments.
I did want to ask you guys, what are your goals moving forward?
In terms of the
In terms of the podcast, yeah.
Question.
There's a lot we've been talking about.
yeah. Well,
Like I think definitely we were thinking of one big thing that she brought up recently was, speaking of third spaces from earlier,
Yeah.
was like creating a third space.
Oh, I'm there.
That's like
I'm there. Let
ultimate
me know.
goal. That's like
But if it's your people, because I know you guys do a lot of Harari stuff, but let me,
No,
we can, if you want a Somali guy
it
there,
is
I'm
open.
down.
nobody is
Open to
open for
everyone.
everyone.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
yeah, so
Very
like
open.
having some type of third space, whether it be like a cafe with a podcast studio, like that's like the ultimate goal.
Yeah, I'm dreaming
But then-
big here.
Yeah, literally.
That's so funny. We're very similar. We're,
You too, right?
Because we're called the Coffee Break Podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Inshallah, we want to have a time in which we actually have a cafe,
Yeah.
a studio,
That would be amazing.
and then that would be so cool where we can do
Yes.
half-half.
Yes.
You know, and then I can make my baked goods for my studio.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I see the vision. I see it.
Y'all take West End, we'll take East.
There you go. There you go.
I love it.
Space for us all.
I love it. I love it.
Lovely.
Different sides, but we work together, okay?
Yeah, 100%. What do you mean? Collabs every month.
100%. But go ahead.
Smaller goals were like whether it be creating some type of
Merch.
line, but like I don't like the idea of merch where you just like stick your logo on something. It
Yeah.
has to be something that like maybe is sustainable, using sustainable materials, or at least looks like you actually put some work into it. My sister was doing something similar. She came out with like a happy looks good on you
It's like brand.
and she wanted to like, add her own twist to it. And we want to do the same thing instead of just putting our logo on.
Do you have any
So
ideas?
we've definitely had ideas, but we never actually like put like anything physically down yet.
Gotcha.
So that's been talks for like years.
I feel like we kind of know what we want it to look like. We have a mood board, but I'm so indecisive that I'm almost like, I just want to make something that any random person on the street, whether they listen to the podcast or not, could wear. And someone could be like, oh, that's a really cool shirt. Like, where'd you get that? But also keeping in mind, like, I'm a hijabi. I want to have more long sleeve options, modest options, and not just a t-shirt that I'm like, I have to wear something over it, you know?
Yeah. Because I've always just been interested in clothing as well, because I'm always looking for a specific thing. I'm a big like anime fan too. You too, right? Yeah, see?
Quick story. I watched the episode recently, okay? About the One Piece thing. Remember, you know, the Nepal thing?
Yeah.
And then you were trying to break it down to Sarah why the flag of the One Piece meant a lot.
Yeah.
And I thought you did an incredible job.
Oh,
but I think you needed to add a little bit more detail. You feel me?
Anime guys.
If I added more detail, she would have just been logic.
Fair enough. But Shara, let me give you more detail, okay? Because while I was watching the episode, I'm like, Amir, you forgot to mention this. But the reason why the flag is so important is because that flag symbolizes freedom in the show. You feel me?
Okay.
You know, and if you put like the characters go through it trying to liberate a lot of the islands they go to.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just wanted to tell you that.
Got it. No.
That's the reason Jolly Roger is so important. The Jolly Roger?
The flag that they have.
Flag. It's called
the skull?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what you're talking about?
I ask him on a weekly basis what's going on in One Piece, and it just kind of just goes over my head every time.
The thing is that I still haven't caught up on One Piece yet.
Oh,
yeah, I'm only at like Thriller Park.
Oh, brother.
I know.
You have to
I'm so
you have to watch. You have to watch.
I finished everything.
It gets way better.
Sorry?
It gets way better.
I know it does.
You know?
That's why I'm like, I'm on one pace right now.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
I'm trying to catch up to it to get out
Gotcha.
all the fillers.
Yeah.
And once I get close enough, I feel like I'll get to back.
Update me. I want to be a part of that journey, okay? Update me while you
I
go,
love the
okay?
passion, though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
like,
love seeing your eyes light up, you know?
Totally here for it.
It is. Okay, we'll go back to the podcast. I'm sorry.
No,
but
talk
the
about
thing
it.
is,
Okay.
the reason why this show is so important is because it's so transferable to real life, you know?
Anime?
This particular, because the story,
The way she said that was crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
the story of One Piece, long story short, is about being free.
Yeah, it's a liberation.
It's a liberation. He wants to be the king of the world, but the only reason is because he wants to be free. You feel me? Because that title comes with freedom. And a lot of people around the world, especially a lot of the revolutions going on right now, they see that as symbolic because they want to free themselves from a lot of the situations that their government is putting them in. You know?
Pretty deep.
It may be an animation, but the story is on par with like the best of the best.
Yeah,
You know?
I think animation.
They always say.
Unfortunately, a lot of people turn.
Yeah, like it's
There's
just
so much
because.
to get from it.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apologies.
No need. No need.
I needed to insert myself into that conversation without being in the episode.
You know what?
Fair enough.
A lot of times when we have dialogue, we'll get comments saying like, oh, sometimes I'm just like responding to you guys. You just can't hear me. And I'm like, maybe we should do another live.
100%. You guys used to do like the TikTok lives, remember?
Oh my God.
I thought that's what you were talking about. Are you talking about a live show?
I was talking about a live show, but TikTok
okay.
lives too.
Oh, okay.
That was something.
That was a good
because
time.
it was a good time, but it was always like the same, like, are you guys married? And then we had to put that little disclaimer to be like, we're not married, we're cousins.
It's literally called the cousins connection.
I know.
Like, how can that go over your head?
No, and then people will start arguing with me like, well, you can be cousins and still be married.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's absolutely
That's
wild.
true. Now back home they do
It's
that often.
true, yeah, but we
But
don't live by those rules.
are also siblings.
But your first cousins
Breastfeeding.
too, you
I
know?
think someone, one day I was like, well, we're first cousins. They're like, so?
Oh,
That's-
It's,
people live by some different laws. I guess.
it's a lot. So,
don't know.
don't worry, I get those comments often because I do a lot of content with my sister.
Yes.
And then we don't really look the same, you know? So people are always like, oh, your husband, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm her brother. Younger, brother. You know?
Yeah.
Like, we don't look the same. Anywho, I get where you guys are coming from.
Okay.
Happens to me too, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So it's a little bit like, I mean, a lot of times though on TikTok Live, it's just people kind of asking you questions on the spot.
Yeah.
And so it can be a little bit like overstimulating sometimes. So we've taken it's been like, I don't know, the last time we did one last year. Yeah.
For TikTok, yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally after I got married, it was like,
It was dead.
yeah, because I was planning, from that point on, we started planning for wedding stuff and
Yeah.
it got way too busy.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
Maybe we'll do a TikTok Live one day. See how it
Inshallah.
goes.
I guess, yeah, we'll wrap this section of the episode up, I guess. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for sharing. You guys give us so much insight into like the space, the industry that we're in, what we're doing. And it's so refreshing that we can be able to bridge the gap between like different podcasts, different shows, different faces. So like
connections.
Exactly. Different connections.
Exactly.
He's really with the terminology. I love this guy. Amazing. No, and thank you guys for the time that you guys gave us and
thank you for having us.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. And if you guys want to catch more of them, you guys are on YouTube.
Cousin Connections.
Shamelessly plug yourself as much as you want, please. Let the audience know where they can find you. Where they can connect with you, where they can engage with you, and hopefully we can definitely have some more episodes together in the future and
multiple
share some insights into where we've gotten since now.
Totally.
Right?
For sure.
This studio is looking nice, man.
There you go. Hey,
I start seeing some videos that look very similar.
hey, never know.
You never know.
We gotta share the wealth, right?
Yeah.
At least you guys have AC in here. So
Oh my
totally.
God. This is the first
thing we turn on when we get in.
Right?
First thing we turn on when we get in here is the AC.
100%.
Nah, we don't do that. We don't do the sweating.
Real fan.
No, for real.
No, but thank you so much, the Cousins Podcast, Sada and Amir, everybody.
Thank you.
Without further ado, we are the Coffee Break Podcast. My name is Slim. This is Rasami. Shout out to our other member, Mukhtar, as well. We will see you next time.